Hello YouTube. Haven't done a video in a while. I haven't done a wrestling video in quite a while, so I'm gonna have a go at that. I'm gonna do a top 10. It's my top 10. Top 10 Mexican wrestlers. Uh, no particular order, like I've usually done with top 10 stuff. It's no particular order, and these are my opinion, so you're welcome to disagree with it. But it's not like the top 10 that everyone likes, but this is my top 10. Okay, number 10, Psychosis, or Nicho El Millonero, as he's known in Mexico. I've seen a lot of his matches in the original ECW with Rey Mysterio, and those matches have always been really entertaining, particularly the match where Rey does the Hurricane Rana off the balcony, which was like a really amazing moment. Number 9, Super Crazy. Another one that I've watched his matches in ECW, particularly his matches with Tajiri and Little Guido, or Nunzio. And I remember the fact that he was willing to do a moonsault off anything. Because I remember ECW One Night Stand in 2005, he did a moonsault off a balcony into like a whole crowd of people and knocked them all over. And when I saw that, I was like, that's amazing. Number 8, Essa Rios, or Aguilar, or Mr. Aguilar, was a wrestler for WWF, and he had and there's one match that particularly made me a big fan of him. His was I can't remember which WrestleMania it was, but it was a light heavyweight title match between him and Taka Michinoku, and I thought that is a really underrated match. It's a lot of fun to watch, and Essa Rios is still able to pull off a lot of the high flying moves that he can when he was, younger. Particularly the double corkscrew move, where he basically does a double spin to over the top rope. At number 7, Averno. His matches with Mystico in CMLL have always been quite good. I've seen a couple of his matches in Japan where he's wrestled in it, and he's not really your traditional sort of luchador. He's actually a bit more sort of does a lot more power moves. Because he's a slightly bigger guy, and he's number 6, Extreme Tiger. He's now in AAA, but when I first saw him, he was wrestling for a small underground promotion called NGX, which I saw on Best of Deathmatch Wrestling, Mexican Hardcore, and he had several matches with Crazy Boy. He's teamed with Psychosis, teamed with Super Crazy, and yeah, he's another one of these ones that is very, very, very tough. I mean, he's taken a hell of a beating in his particularly in the death matches that he's done. Number 5, Rey Mysterio Jr. I would put him higher, but there are other Mexican wrestlers. Actually, forget that. He's probably one of my favorite Mexican wrestlers. He was the one that got me into watching Lucha Libre, particularly his early ECW matches and when I've seen him on DVDs and stuff, and his matches in WWE have always been a lot of the matches he's had were really, really good. I know that he's really sort of slowing down as he's I think mid to late 30s, and the fact that he's had 5 or 6 knee surgeries. But when he was younger, when he was wrestling as Rey Mysterio Jr. and his matches in WCW, they were amazing. Number 4 is a wrestler by the name of Turbo. I've actually seen him wrestle live. He at a wrestling show in where I stayed to go to college in Brighton, in the Brighton Dome. They had a wrestling event called Lucha Future, where they had a bundle of Mexican wrestlers wrestling at a sort of live show, and he had a match, and it was very good at how he won the match with. I can't really describe the sort of move. It was a head scissors, but then threw him down to the ground, and then got him in a Mexican sort of stretch, some sort of submission move. I can't really describe how it looked. It was very good, and I've since looked up more of his stuff, particularly on Rob Viper, another guy, this guy on YouTube, Rob Viper, very good. Does some very good videos showcasing a lot of guys. And yeah, I saw Turbo live. He was wrestling Black Thunder, I think. I had a great match. A few very amazing sort of arm drags he's done. Number 3, Mascara Dorada. And I started watching his stuff after I'd seen like the tribute video that Rob Viper did to him, and the amount of variations of a Hurricane Rana that he can do is amazing, and particularly how he uses the ropes in his matches. Like, he will bounce off the ropes, all across the ropes, to do all these amazing moves, and I was sort of mesmerized how good he is at it. Number 2, I'm only putting him this high on sort of Mexican wrestler categories because I've actually seen him live at the Lucha Future event, Blue Demon Jr. I know that he's a legend, but I put him high on my list of favourite Mexican wrestlers because I've actually seen him live, and I have a photo of myself with him. If you maybe click the link, maybe if I put a link or something, I don't know. Don't hold me to it, I might. Number 1, Sin Cara, or as he was known in Mexico, Mystico. Now, I know a lot of people who have not seen his matches in Mexico, and I've only seen his matches in WWE, saying, oh, he's horrible, he botches every move. Oh, his entrance is horrible, the way he trips up. And it's like, have you tried doing a jump from a trampoline to sort of get into a ring? Because I bet you haven't, and it probably is harder than it looks. And like, I've seen a couple of times he's got it right, but there are the few times when he first did it, his foot caught the top rope. It's going to be unavoidable that mistake's going to happen. And as for him making making botches in his matches, it's because of the fact that his style of wrestling will botch if you don't get it right, because of the fact that you're doing so many moves in such a real fast pace that you're going to botch. Even the best, you could be the best wrestler in the world, and if you do loads of moves in a really quick succession, you're going to get one of them slightly wrong. But to anyone who says, oh, he's really bad, he botches moves, check out his stuff in Mexico. Check out his matches with Averno in Japan and Mexico. They're amazing, and I don't believe he botched any. So anyway, that's this video done. I'm going to be doing another one in a few minutes. Just need to upload this, and it will be the top 10 Japanese wrestlers. So yeah, see you in a bit.